Greetings, David here for the second episode of Starfall, an Ironsworn story we play using the Augur virtual tabletop. And having said that, let's pick up right where we left last time. So Krell and Temur were ambushed on their way to this settlement right here, and their quest is to find out what happened to the kidnapped villagers. And they defeated the enemies that ambushed them. And now we're gonna continue on the journey to the settlement. But first I'm going to create a new character for Temur, so we can give him a portrait, we can give him equipment, and it's gonna be easier to envision what kind of person he is and his abilities. So to create a new character, we right click on this button and select new character. We're gonna give him a portrait. I'm gonna use this one right here, and his name is Temur. And I'm gonna give him stats, and I'm going to give him 2 shadow, 3 edge, 2 heart, 1 iron, and 1 wits. Okay, so he's gonna be more of an archer character, and he's also good at sneaking and things like that. Okay, so we save, and we add him to the selector, and we click yes. What that means is that now he's going to appear down here. Now to add items or equipment, we check his inventory, which is empty, and to add we click in this button. This is the easiest way to do it, and then we click here, items, and here we see all the items that are in the game. Okay, so first I'm gonna give him a bow, let's say this one. And then I'm going to give him a dagger. Alright. Let's say he likes to wear a hood to go with the archer rogue theme. Alright. The armor, he's wearing a breastplate, and the rest is regular clothes. So let's give him a pant, some boots, and I think that's it for this character. Let's say maybe he's wearing some kind of amulet, or no, maybe no. Let's leave it like that. So he's just wearing this. To equip, you right click, say equip bow, then equip. You do that for each item. I'm gonna do it quickly. Okay, and when you open here, so there's a bug right here with the boots. It's reading as if it was a pant, so I'm gonna fix that quickly. I'm gonna equip, and then edit right here on move. Okay, edit here on the boot, and then say it's on. Okay, feet, save. Now when I add it back and equip it, alright, now it's working. So now you know how to change where items are equipped and even create your own items. Alright, so this is our character. Alright, I'm going to select back Krell, which is our main character, and that's the one I'm going to be playing as, except a few times maybe I go back and forth, but for the most part it's going to be Krell. Now I'm going to show you another feature that I didn't show you in the first video. That's the notebook, and that's where I prefer to write the actual story of what's happening. And to do that, to open it, you click here, and as you can see, this is the notebook for this character, for Krell. Everything you write here is unique to this character, and if you check this one for Temur, he has his own notebook as well, and it's different. Okay, we need to change the avatar for Temur so it doesn't look like Krell so much. To do that, we right click here and change avatar. Alright, I'm going to give him this one because it's the only avatar with a bow. There's also this one, but I like this one better, so it's going to be his avatar from now on. Okay, let's go back to Krell, and the notebook is, or you can organize the notebook by section and by pages. So let's just change the name for this one. Say I'm gonna call it journal, and this one I'm gonna call it chapter 1. And so, as I did in the previous video, I'm going to write here. So I'm going to pause the video, write, and then show it to you. And so something I want to show you that you can do in this notebook. Let's say I write this: I'm a Temir on the enclave of Red Hole. And if I right click on the enclave right here on the map, I can then select copy reference and then Ctrl V to paste, and it pastes an icon with a reference to that settlement or to that enclave or location on the map. And if I left click, sorry, it opens the notebook for that location, so you can write whatever you want here. Maybe you want to write the description of the location. You can write part of the story right here on the notebook for the location. It's up to you. And if you right click, it opens the same window that opens when you click here. And if you have a map for that location, you can press enter and you go into the map. So it's an easy way to make sort of a wiki or a linked story. You can link everything in your story with icons and things like that. So I thought it's interesting to show it to you. Then you continue writing next to the icon. So I'm going to do that. So the first entry in the notebook is going to be this: I'm a Temir on the enclave of Red Hole, and together we're trying to find out what happened to the abducted villager at the settlement of Brockenham. On the way there, we were ambushed by brigands, and after defeating them, we discovered that they were sent specifically to kill or delay us from reaching Brockenham. So that's a notebook. You can close it by clicking here, and now we can actually begin playing and continuing our journey. Let's do a move, an undertake a journey move. Go to moves. I'm going to resize this so it fits nicely next to my character panel, and it doesn't take that much space. And now we go to adventure, and here is our undertake a journey move. Okay, so we roll with wits. Remember, we're trying to reach this settlement right here. Roll with wits, and it's a weak hit. On a weak hit, you reach a waypoint and mark progress, but suffer -1 supply. So our supply goes down by 1, and we mark progress on the journey to Brockenham. And I'm gonna put my character right here. So let's say nothing happened on this part of the journey, so I'm gonna roll again, plus wits. And it's another weak hit, so it's -1 supply. And we mark again, and we move right here. So now I'm going to make a progress roll to see if we reach the settlement. That's reach destination. Alright, so progress move. When your journey comes to an end, roll the challenge dice and compare to your progress. Momentum is ignored on this roll. Alright, to do the roll for the journey, we click on this icon right here, and it's a weak hit. And on a weak hit, you arrive but face an unforeseen hazard or complication. Envision what you find. So let's move our character to this hex, and we go into the map. We press enter. Okay, so this is the village of Brockenham. Now the journey is complete. We can delete this right here. We simply click on delete and delete track. Yes, okay. If you want, you can put your avatar on the map or not. It's up to you. And let's say that the complication is once they get to the outskirts of Brockenham, they are greeted by the villagers, but these people are distrustful of strangers because they think that Solasta had something to do with the missing villagers or villager. So they brought you to their leader, and this person is not helpful. He doesn't trust you. So the complication is that they don't want to share any information with you, and we're going to have to make a compel move to see what we can do. So for the purpose of the game, let's say that you are in this building. So I'm gonna zoom closer. Okay, I'm gonna put the avatar Add avatar to map. Say we are here on this building. Okay, so let's make the compel move. Compel its relationship and compel. And let's see, when you attempt to persuade someone to do something, envision your approach and roll. If you charm, pacify or barter, roll plus heart. Okay, so let's try plus heart move and try to convince the leader or the village elder, let's say, that our intentions are good. Okay, we do the roll and it's a weak hit on a weak hit as above, but they ask something of you in return. So they'll do what you want or share what they know. Take +1 momentum. If you use this exchange to gather information, make that move now and add +1. So we take +1 momentum, and let's see about the complication. Let's use the tables for this, and remember we have a +1 when we do gather information, but we have to do something for them first, so I don't think that really applies here. Okay, so let's check the tables and maybe action theme, fortify, revenge. I'm only going to use the action, so let's say it's fortify. So the villagers are scared and they want to fortify the village or fortify themselves against something. So they ask you to help them better prepare for the troubles ahead, because they think there is a confrontation coming with the soldiers of the Solastan Guard. So what we're going to do is say that Krell and Temir offer the village elder to spend a day training some of their men, teaching them how to fight, at least the basics of how to fight, and that's going to be the required what they want in exchange for the information. That's this way we're going to show them that we are trustworthy, and they're going to be willing to tell us what happened to the missing villager. So let's find a move that represents, or a move that let us play this out. Okay, okay, so I'm going to use the face danger move, which may seem strange at first, but let's say you are facing danger, but by attempting to teach or help these people in order to gain something, so you must succeed at it. So I'm gonna do the face danger, and we're gonna roll with wits, because it's something that you have to think about the security of the village and the best way to help these villagers and to teach them how to fight and how to defend themselves. So we're gonna roll with wits, and it's a strong hit. On a strong hit you are successful and take +1 momentum. And with that we have proven to these villagers that we are willing to help, and now we can do our gather information move to find out what happened to the missing villagers. Okay, when you search an area or ask questions, roll +wits. Okay, so we roll +wits, and it's a weak hit. On a weak hit, information complicates your quests or introduces a new danger. Envision what you discover and take +1 momentum. Okay, so +1 momentum, and let's roll on the tables. Say action and theme, coordinate death. Okay, so this sounds to me like on this context I would say a hunt, so maybe the missing person was hunting, and let's roll a place, flooded land, so it was a swamp or a swampy region, and a location maybe a lake, so they were hunting on a swamp near a lake. Okay, now let's find out more about the person we are going to try to find or rescue. So his name is Kia, and the descriptor is stealthy, so it's a hunter, and he's a criminal. No, that doesn't fit. He's an adventurer. Okay, so the person we're trying to rescue is called Kia, He's a hunter because he's stealthy, and he fancies himself or herself as an adventurer. Okay, so I'm going to rename this. It's not Fine Settler anymore. It's going to be Fine Kia. That's now the name of our quest or vow. And I say we can mark progress on it because we reached the settlement and we found out some information about it. Alright, now let's go back to the main map, and they say it's near a lake, so right here we have a lake on the map. So we're gonna have to travel to this area right here and find more about the missing hunter. Before leaving, Krell and Temir ask the people in the settlement that why are they so sure that this was the Solastan guard, that if this happened during a hunt, it could have been anything, and they tell them that some of the settlers returned from the hunt, and the story they tell is that on the way to their hunting grounds they were confronted by a Solastan patrol, and that there was a verbal confrontation but nothing transpired more than that, and a couple days later Kia was taken from the camp as they were sleeping, and all they could find were human tracks or footprints, but they tried to search, but the tracks stopped abruptly, and that's why they're blaming the Solastan guard. So it's not really, they really don't have much basis for this accusation, but that's enough to create tensions, and that's why you're here, to solve the situation. And before continuing, I'm going to write some of this on the notebook so I can remember later what's happening. And I'm going to keep writing right here on chapter 1. I'm going to roll on the oracle to find out if Kia is a man or a woman. So I'm going to ask, is Kia a woman? And says 50-50, so yes, Kia is a woman, and I'm gonna keep writing using that information. So on the notebook I wrote the following: although reluctant at first, the people of Brockleham shared with us what they knew about the missing settler. Her name is Kia, she is a hunter, and she was part of a hunting party. They met a Solastan patrol and had a verbal confrontation. They made camp on the swamplands near the lake to the north, and during the night Kia was abducted. The rest of the hunters found human footprints and attempted to track them, but lost the trail and returned to Brockleham. So that sets the following or the next part of the adventure that we are going to do right now. So our goal is going to be to reach the last camp that the hunting party made before coming back to Brockleham, and we're going to create a new track, and it's going to be reach camp, or reach last location, better, reach last location. Okay, it's gonna be troublesome because we are relatively close, and we're going to begin by making an undertake a journey move. So we go to moves, again, adventure, and undertake a journey. We roll with wits, and it's a strong hit. Okay, we reach a waypoint, and also remember we have the wayfinder path asset, and it says when you undertake a journey, take +1 momentum on a strong hit. So it's +1 momentum, and we close the assets. And okay, we reach a waypoint, +1 or +3, sorry. Okay, you make good use of your resources and mark progress. Okay, already did that. So let's say we are right here, and now we're going to attempt a resupply move, because our supplies are down to 2. So we do resupply. When you hunt, forage, or scavenge, roll +wits. So roll +wits, and it's a weak hit. On a weak hit, take +2 supply, but suffer minus 1 momentum for each. Okay, so we take the 2 supply and our momentum goes down by 2. Now we're going to undertake a journey again, and we roll plus wits, and it's another weak hit, and minus 1 supply, minus 1 supply, and mark progress again. Okay, so we move here, and now we do another undertake a journey. So we roll wits again, and it's a strong hit. On a strong hit, you reach a waypoint. Okay, mark progress, and we get 1 momentum because of our Wayfinder path. Yes. Okay. So we move. I'm going to do okay, we reach here, and I'm going to do reach a destination, and it's a progress move. We roll, and it's a strong hit. On a strong hit, the situation at your destination favors you. Choose one. Make another move now, or take plus 1 momentum. Okay, we're gonna do a gather information move and add plus 1. Okay, so Krell and Temir reach the location of the hunting party, or the last camp of the hunting party, and the way it favors them, or favors us, is that it was very easy to find. You can see the remains of the campfire. You can even see where the soil was disturbed, where they slept. And now we're gonna do the gather information move with a plus 1. It's adventure, gather information, and we roll with wits. To add plus 1, you click right here where it says add, and it goes from being a weak hit to a strong hit thanks to that plus 1. Okay, on a strong hit, you discover something helpful and specific. The path you must follow or action you must take to make progress is made clear. Envision what you learn. And take plus 2 momentum. By inspecting the area around the camp, Krell and Temir managed to find the tracks of whomever took Kia, as well as those of the hunters that attempted to find her. The 2 distinct sets of tracks reach the edge of the swamp, and the hunter's track stop and circle back. The other tracks end at the edge of the swamplands. Oddly enough, these tracks seem to be of at least 3 barefooted humans. Krell manages to pick a trail of broken vegetation in the swamp that the hunters must have missed. He and Temir venture into the swamp and continue their quest to find Kia. So that's the result of the gather information move, and let's decide what we do next now. Okay, so we are going to do one more undertake a journey move, and hopefully will lead us to the whereabouts of Kia. But first I'm gonna mark progress on the vow, and now I'm going to create another track. Delete this one first, and now I'm going to create another track for following this lead. And this one we are gonna name follow tracks. Okay, we're gonna do undertake a journey, and it's a strong hit. Remember that on a strong hit you make good use of your resources, mark 1 progress, and also plus 1 momentum on a strong hit. Okay, so now momentum is at max, and we mark progress. We're gonna move our avatar here, we're gonna roll again. A miss. On a miss, you are waylaid by a previous event, pay the price. Okay, so let's check the pay the price move. Fate, pay the price. When you suffer the outcome of a move, choose one, make the most obvious negative outcome. Envision 2 negative outcomes, for one as likely. And ask the oracle, okay, for a yes or no. And what we're going to do is we're going to roll on the pay the price table. So we go to our tables and we go to fate, yes, and then roll on pay the price. A person or community you care about is exposed to danger. So the only community that we know is Brokenhelm, and they are exposed to danger. What does this mean? Okay, what we're going to do is that whatever took Kia is now heading towards the settlement of Brokenhelm, but I'm going to save this for later, meaning that Krael and Temir don't actually know that this is happening, so this is something that they will face once they return to the settlement. I am going to write it here on the log as a note to keep it, to remember that this is something that we have to address when we return to Broken. Alright, we save this in the log and we will continue our journey to find Kia. We do another wits roll with wits again, and it's a strong hit, so we mark progress on our move to undertake a journey. Okay, you make progress. We move our avatar down another hex, and I'm going to roll again. Undertake a journey. A weak hit on a weak hit. Okay, take -1 supply. And now we have reached this area right here, which is the edge of the Blightlands. Mark progress. And I'm going to take a moment to write on the notebook that we have just crossed into the Blightlands, that the tracks that we were following has led us to this area. So the tracks lead Krael and Temir into the blighted lands known as the Kitte Ridge, which is this area right here on the map. And now we're gonna try to reach our destination by rolling progress on the follow tracks. We roll a strong hit. On a strong hit, the situation at your destination favors you, and you make another move now with +1. Okay, that's what we're going to do. So we do a gather information move with plus wits and add 1, although it's not really necessary, as the numbers are way above what we need for a strong hit. Okay, so on a strong hit you discover something helpful and specific. The path you must follow or action you must take to make progress is made clear. So what I'm going to say is that the tracks lead directly into a cave, and from a safe distance they spot some creatures outside the cave, and after observing them for a while they determine that they are not human, and they are certain that in order to find Kia they will have to enter that cave and see what lurks inside. I'm going to add the location now, a new location, add location. I'm going to use one of these dungeon maps. It's going to be small. Okay, add to current map. And I'm going to use this icon, which resembles a cave. And I'm going to put it right here, make it smaller. And this is the cave where they hope to find Kia. And I am also going to add the foes. And the foes I'm going to add are these creatures right here. So we click here on add to map. And I'm going to put a couple of them outside. And now this is where this episode is going to end, with Krael and Temir having found the cave where it's almost certain that Kia will be. And next episode they're going to go inside and try to rescue her from the clutches of these monsters right here and whatever else lurks inside that cave. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and any comments or suggestions, don't hesitate to tell me on the comments below. Thank you and see you next week.